Hey guys, so today I want to go over a 7 month review of the Shirley by Origin Knives. Uh, I had put a review out several months past and I got some of the information wrong. At the time, I thought this was O1 tool steel. It's not, it's B cut, and we'll get into that, what kind of stainless steel that is. This knife has worked awesome, and I want to share with you guys some of the things that I've learned about it. Some of the things actually pretty recently. I've between talking with uh, Kevin at Origin Knives and also getting some feedback from Alex at Easygoing Outdoors. They've helped me to understand different ways of pulling curls that is way more effective, and you guys will get to see that. Um, this is kind of the little knife that could. It cuts way better than it has any right to for its size, and it's pretty much bomb proof. So, anyway, sit back, relax. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get to it. So, the Shirley's unique shape is design driven. And when I say that, going from the tip, you see here it's set up with a slight swedge for splitting. This is a 90-degree to use on a ferro rod. Got a little thumb ramp right here. Really comfortable texturing that goes not only from the spine but into the Primali on the sides here, all the way around. This will fit nicely into the pinky, two middle fingers, pointer finger right there. All the way around is textured. This first section of blade is great for fine work and also does the same thing as the quarter round on a tracker, which is great for curls. And then this front section is, I want to say, in a way similar to an ulu. And I'll show you why I mean that. Like, let's say you're slicing, okay? Instead of slicing like this, like an onion or something, you can adjust your grip, put your finger right up front, and you can get it precisely, exactly where you want. That's comfortable. That's comfortable. There's really no way of holding this knife that's not. As you can see, it just fits right in there. And it's such a compact design for being as comfortable to use as it is. The knife overall is 7 3/4 in length. It's right at just shy of 3/16 of an inch thick steel. That's out of B cut. The edge from there up is just a touch over 4 inches. All right. And so the scales from that is about 3.5. Nice and compact, but still fills up your hand. So the closest steel to B cut is Nylox Plus, and I'm going to put some numbers and graphs up here real quick so you guys can kind of see where it came from. The story goes that the two guys who invented B cut, they were using it for like the fishing industry underneath the heavy machinery that's cutting up the fish. They use B cut for the blades because they can handle the abuse, and so it was really designed for heavy machinery use. The edges for that. Well, anyway, the two guys designed it. One of the guys changed companies, and so he came up with Nylox Plus, but B cut was already had already been made and is coming out of Germany. One thing that is kind of unique about B cut is they added niobium, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, to the steel to basically make the crystals harder. It can handle more stress, and Nylox Plus has that as well, just not quite as a high of content. All I know for sure is that after carrying it appendix carry against my body for the last 7 months, there's been no noticeable corrosion of any type, staining of any type. The It still looks exactly like it did the day I got it, which is awesome, especially for an everyday carry knife. Origin Knives uses a product called Primali on some of their scales, and the Shirley and the Woodsman both came with that on it. I had never messed with Primali before, but what it is, laminated sections of birch at opposing 90-degree angles, stacked and under heat and pressure, basically infused with an acrylic or epoxy-like substance, and used for all sorts of tough stuff, like pulleys for huge cables, and bulletproofing, and all sorts of crazy stuff. After using this for 7 months, I have not had one single fiber pop up. Nothing has. There's no permanent scratches anywhere. The stuff is incredibly tough. I was a little concerned that it was going to be maybe slick, but it's not. It's smooth in the hand, but it's not. It doesn't have that slick, plasticky feel. It feels like wood. That's the best way to describe it. It's got that warmth of wood, but it doesn't degrade like wood. As you can kind of see, this is some Cocobolo that's about 6 years old, and I'm going to need to refinish it. It's seen better days. The Primali here, this scale in particular, and I want to set it out here flat so you guys can see. That scale's been riding against my stomach for the last 7 months, and there's no discernible difference of where it makes skin contact as opposed to the other side. That tells me it's not absorbing anything. It's not absorbing the body oils. It's not absorbing anything. So it's a really cool product. I like Primali a lot, and that's something that on any future knives I buy, that's what I'm getting. You guys probably noticed the two stainless steel tubes going through the handle there, and stainless steel pins. Those are not just any stainless steel. That's 316 stainless. Extremely highly corrosion and acid resistant. It's definitely top shelf as far as stainless steel goes. So between the Primali scales, the B-cut steel, and the 316 stainless on the fixtures, there's not really a whole lot that can go wrong with this blade. And I really appreciate how it was constructed and the thought that went into it. This is the Kydex sheath that comes with the Shirley standard, minus the metal clip that I put on here. It does not come with that. I've used it in two different configurations with this metal clip, and just like with this knife, for appendix carry, just a 550 cord loop. The Kydex is very high quality, and it's designed to where when you grab a hold of the sheath, the cutout is there where you have the full grip before you pull the knife out. Really, really nice. Very positive. It's not going anywhere, and I have had zero issues with it in 7 months. Okay, so before, whenever you guys saw me drawing curls, it was usually at an angle about like that. Let's see if I can get this right where you can see it. Right up into that quarter round curve, and I'd pull from there. You notice how far away my hand is from the stick of wood. And it would usually go somewhere about like that. I'm just getting a little bit off. All right, which worked great. However, when Kevin designed the Shirley, uh, one of the things he brought up to me, and Alec has also brought this up, instead of having my hand out like this, he said to bring it in closer to the wood that you're working with. And before, I always tried to get right up into that curve, right up into the quarter round, just pretty much assuming that that's the best way to do it. They both suggested coming back and actually more into the blade itself and not the curve. Do you see how the difference between the Shirley and most traditional trackers, the draw section's not straight, and the curve itself is a little different. You see how the blade's edge kind of goes that direction towards the top? It goes right into it. And Kevin did that for a reason. By angling that, it grabs into the wood easier and makes a more effective curl. So what I'm going to do is, instead of being out like this, I'm going to bring my hand closer, get the meat of the blade back here, not up here, but back there. Now let's see what happens. Now, the other thing, by doing it like this, I can change the angle of approach from the blade by going up or down. I'm taking less, I'm biting into the wood less like this and more like that. So I can adjust what kind of curls I'm getting. Like right here, those are like little pieces of straw, just like a drinking straw, perfectly cylindrical. So you can choose or have more control over the type of curl you're getting for whatever the need is. Like if I want nice small stuff right here. And guys, I gotta tell you, this is so much easier and smoother than what I had been doing before. This will work with other tracker designs, but one advantage that Shirley does have is how this part of the blade kind of pushes this direction. It pre-engages the wood as you're pulling. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. You guys need to see what's happening. Those are swifts flying around. I can probably count, oh, maybe 30 of them. They're catching all the bugs in the evening. Kind of cool. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. The Shirley has definitely been a surprise for me. I knew it would be a good quality knife, but with all the design and thought that's been put into it, it's just enjoyable to use. And I will be carrying it for a long time because I don't think I can wear it out. Anyway, uh, again, hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, stay safe, take care, and God bless.